Like a lot of people, I was motivated by Trump, although there's sort of accidents of timing and geography in one's life that conspire to make other things possible. I spent 7 years working as a biochemist, biochemical engineer, got really concerned about climate change. That led me to start up a couple companies that had missions to profitably reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and did that for 16 years and had a lot of fun with that, would have still been doing it, but for a variety of reasons that were not all up in my control, we sold our company in September of 16, and then Trump happened. And I suddenly found myself living in a district that went fairly solidly for Hillary Clinton, represented by someone who is, I think the political term is full-on Tea Party crazy. And I couldn't quite figure out how are those two things compatible. I've done a fair amount of policy work, but I've never done political work. And there's a whole set of interesting things that caused that to become possible. I had a number of people who I respected along the way who taught me why that was possible and suggested that the way to fix it is to have someone like me running to stop it. And so here I find myself, and so far they've all been proven right. One of the sort of deepest pieces of wisdom I got was a guy who was at an event I was at a couple months ago. He said, "I finally feel like you're talking to the phantoms." And I said, "What's a phantom?" He said, "I'm a phantom because everybody treats me as if I'm invisible." As he clarified, he said, he said something that I feel sort of myself as well. But he said, the Republican Party has not spoken for me in 15 years, and you're the first person in the Democratic Party to speak to me. There's no question but that the demographics and the values of the district are moving slightly to the left, but the Republican Party is sprinting to the right. And so you've got all these people whose values haven't really changed, but are no longer finding people within the Republican Party who share those values. This has always been kind of a 55-45 Republican district. In the primary, the ballots polled went 55-45 the other way, and about 15% of the ballots polled were from people who had previously polled a Republican ballot. The blue wave is definitely a thing, but a lot of that energy, at least in this district, is being driven by people who historically voted with the Republican Party but are now just fed up and saying, my values are closer to the Democrats now.